Hi, in this lecture, I will be doing a discussion on the two transistor analogy of an SER because we have to understand an SER by the way of the transistor because we have already understood the transistor in electronic devices and circuit subject, and we already know the BJT transistors, which are the PNP and the NPN transistors. And with the way of the transistor, we have to understand the SER because its behavior, when understood by the transistor language, then it will be uh, very much beneficial for us. And over the left hand side, we have the structure of the SER, which has about 4 layers, 3 junction, anode, gate and cathode, which are the 3 terminals. And on the right hand side is the equivalent diagram of the SER, which is in having two transistors. One is the PNP transistor and other is the NPN transistor. So this diagram, which is on the left hand side, is equivalent to this diagram. So an SCR is equivalent to those two BJT transistors. One is the PNP BJT transistor and other is the NPN BJT transistor. So this is the diagram of the thyristor or the SCR. This is the symbolic diagram. This is the anode current and this is the cathode current and this is the gate current. And then we have two transistors. One is the PNP transistor where the arrow is inwards, and other is the NPN transistor where the arrow has to be outwards. There has to be an arrow which is over here, which is outwards. This arrow is missing over here. You can put over here an arrow. This is an arrow which is representing a NPN transistor where it is going outwards. So this is the base of PNP transistor and this is the emitter and this is the collector, while this is the base of the NPN transistor and this is the collector of the NPN transistor and this is the emitter of the NPN transistor. And for that reason it is we have two transistors. One is represented by Q1 and other is Q2, and we have alpha, which is basically the current gain in the common base configuration. We have also beta, which is the current gain in the common emitter configuration. So this alpha is equal to IC over IE, as you have already studied in the subject of electronic devices and circuit. So this is the emitter of the NPN transistor and this is the IE1 and this is we have over here. You can correct it. This is the second transistor, which is second transistor, and this is the first transistor. This is the emitter junction, so this is the IE2. You can put over here IE2 and you can put an arrow over here, which is NPN transistor, and this is the IB2 and this is the IC2. So you have to correct this IB into IB2, this IE1 into IE2, and then this is the collector current of the second transistor, and similarly this is the base current of the first transistor, which is IB1, and this is the collector current of the first transistor, and this is the emitter current of the first transistor, and this is the anode. So anode current is equal to emitter current, and IB1 is equal to IG plus IC1, and IE2 is equal to IK, and IB2 is equal to IC1 plus IG, because this is IB2, this is IE2, and this is arrow over here, and the base current of the first transistor is equal to the collector current of the second transistor, which is IC2. So I have done what? There is a manufacturing diagram of SCR. There is an equivalent manufacturing diagram in terms of transistor. This is the symbolic diagram of the SCR, and this is the circuit diagram in detail of the SCR in terms of transistors, and we have written the values of currents and gains over here with common base configurations. So we have IC1 and IC2 is equal to, because we already know IC1 is equal to alpha IE1 plus ICO1, which is the reverse recovery current, and this is the reverse recovery current as well. So we already know the formula of the current gain, which is IC over IE. So with the help of this formula, we have written these two equations, in which we have also added the reverse recovery current, and we have written this equation for both the transistor 1 and 2 of the above diagram. And we can see that for the transistor 2, if we see this transistor 2, in this we have IE2 is equal to IC2 plus IB2. So you can see over here, this is IB2 and this is IE2 and this is IC2. So IC2, this IC2 plus this IB2 is equal to IE2, this one. You can see this is coming over here, this is coming over here, and this is equal to IE2. And then we can see IB2 is equal to IC1 plus IG. So IC1 plus IG put over here, and then we have IE2. This IE2 is equal to IK. We have put over here IK, and then IK is equal to IA plus IG. We can see over here IK is equal to IA plus IG from this diagram. We have put this value over here, and we have cancelled the gate current. We are left with this value where we have the anode current, and we have the IC2 plus IC1. We have put these two values of IC1 and IC2 over here. We have put the value of IE2 again over here, and IE1 is equal to IA. We can see over here IE1 is equal to IA, and we have put over here the value of IE1 is equal to IA, and we have rearranged the values, and we have taken all values on the right hand side instead of the anode current, and we can see we have come up with this equation. And we know that in SCR, when SCR is on, when the anode current flows, so we have to derive an equation in which we can see that what is in terms of transistor, how anode current is related in the transistor language, and we have to understand the operation of the SCR in terms of transistor language. So we can see from this equation that if we increase this gate current, then these two values will approach towards 1, and when these two values approach towards 1, then this overall expression increases, and this overall expression when increases, then IA will increase and SCR will turn on. And for turning on SCR, IA has to be greater than the latching current, which will be discussed in future, because it is a kind of current greater than because it is IE latching current is a current. When the anode current is greater than latching current, then the SCR will be on and it will be in the conduction stage. So how the question over here is that how IG, when IG is increased and this is increasing, we can see over here that if we have a PNP transistor, here we have this is a base which is base of the PNP transistor, and when this base is increased, alpha will be decreased. So when IG is increased, the IG decreases this base, and when this base is decreased, the alpha values will increase, and alpha value are maximum value of alpha is towards 1. And when IG is increased, this base is decreased, and when this base is decreased, the alpha values increase, and when the alpha value increase to and approach towards 1, this overall expression increases, and when this overall expression increases, the IA starts is increased, and the SCR will be in the on state. So with this two transistor analogy, we have understood the behavior of the SCR and its conduction of anode current and its relation to, with the reference to IG and alpha values, and we have understood its operation in terms of transistor language, the operation of the SCR. So now we will be focusing on the SCR triggering methods, What is triggering? Triggering is to on means on owning the SCR. So SCR owning methods, to how to on an SCR, how to trigger it. There are different ways. This is the first way, by increasing the temperature. This is thermal triggering method, because when we increase the temperature, then this value increases, as we have derived this expression in the two transistor analogy. That's why I have covered that topic earlier. So by looking at this expression, you can see that when the temperature is increased, that temperature of the SCR, this value increases, and when this value increases, it approaches towards 1, and then the overall equation, this expression increases, and when this expression increases, the anode current increases, and when the anode current increases, the SCR is turned on. So by thermal triggering, by increasing the temperature, we can increase these gain values, and when these gain values approach towards 1, this overall expression value increases, and then the IA increases, and it is greater than the latching current or the limiting current, and then the SCR is on. Second method is optical triggering, in which we have a kind of window. Instead of the gate current, we have a window of receiving light over here, and photons are uh, being directed over here, and when photons are directed over here, it will do the same behavior as the behavior of the gate current, because when the gate current is applied over here, the forward break-over voltage is achieved earlier, and the SCR is on, and the conduction of anode current happens from here to there. In Lasker, we have the light activated SCR, where we have a window where we direct the light over here, and this behaves in the same way as the gate current, as you can see in the symbolic diagram, in the manufacturing diagram over here. And this is how we can also on SCR by doing the optical triggering method. And the third method is by increasing the voltage. Whenever we increase the voltage greater than the forward breakover voltage, the SCR turns on. This is a very simple method. And the last one is the most popular method, in which we apply the gate current, and when we apply the gate current, the forward breakover voltage achieves earlier, and after which the SCR starts conduction. So this is a detail of the triggering methods. You can see it from here. The things which I have told verbally are being summarized over here. Thank you very much.